You are about to listen to the Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the podcast to listen to so you can get some of the latest news of the week. Get it exclusively here. I am your host, Diego Santoyo. I hope everyone is well and happy. So many things happening. And with that said, let's get started with the first segment and talk about some world news. And we'll start off with another shooting that just took place this week. So, I really hate that all these recent shootings have happened. It's just really sad. And unfortunately, another one took place this Tuesday, which was July 12th. Three men were shot in Norfolk, Virginia. The three men were minding their own business, not bothering anyone. Uh, they were in a car listening to music and smoking when all of a sudden they were shot at. So there is footage of the incident because one of the guys in the car was actually recording. After about 5 to 6 minutes of recording, they begin to get shot at. There were multiple shots, and all three men were injured. Two of the guys are doing better, but one is not and is actually still in critical condition. The story is still developing as this case is still being investigated. Police are now working on finding the people responsible for this terrible incident. And on Wednesday, July 13th, a meeting was held in Washington at the White House in the afternoon. The meeting was pretty long as it lasted for quite a few hours. There were around 40 people that attended, and the meeting was all about the strong tensions at the moment between communities of color and the police. So during the meeting, President Obama actually said that the tensions between the two might actually increase. He was saying that because of everything that's been happening, the incidents are not helping, but only making things worse. So Obama was trying to really encourage civil rights activists and the police to keep working towards making things better. He feels that they really need to fix things or at least work towards that so our country can be better. Trust has to be built between the police and communities of color. It's a must. And during this meeting, he was really encouraging people to work together so the trust can be built and so tensions can decrease instead of increasing. He knows that this will take time, but he believes that it can happen. He just really made it clear that it will take some time because the tension between the police and certain communities is only going to get worse at the moment because all of the incidents that have taken place just happened. So an increase is definitely on its way. The Alton Sterling shooting and the Philando Castile shooting are very much recent incidents. So there was definitely some tension in the meeting, but it all ended well. President Obama is taking the time to really try and find solutions to make this problem between the police and communities of color go away. Solutions do exist, and hopefully, as time goes on, trust can emerge into this problem and help make things better. So, on to another story. Well, on the same day as this meeting, there was a stabbing in Princeton, Texas. It took place at a Walmart sometime after 4 p.m. The suspect was actually a Walmart employee, and he has been identified. His name is Nicholas Martinez, and he is 20 years old. He stabbed two people and he was arrested. He was also charged for his actions. When it happened, everyone was evacuated from the store and the store was closed for the remainder of the day. Since then, I believe it has reopened. The suspect is no longer an employee at the Walmart where all of this took place, and he has immediately, uh, and he was immediately let go for what he had done. And both of the people that Nicholas stabbed were really hurt, but taken to the hospital to get treated and are doing much better now. So this whole case is still being investigated. The police would like to know why the suspect did this. And onto something a little different. Uh, there is a transgender restroom case at the moment in which a Virginia school board has asked the Supreme Court to not allow Gavin Grimm to use the boys' restroom when he goes back to school for the new school year. He will be going back to school in September, and the Virginia School Board thinks it's best that he not use the restroom until higher authority takes a look at the case. So, Gavin Grimm is a transgender male. He has a team behind him that strongly believes this shouldn't be an issue and he should be able to use the boys' restroom. Sadly, this has happened to quite a few people that are transgender, where they are made into a case because some people feel that they shouldn't use this or that restroom because technically he wasn't born a male and she wasn't born female. So Gavin at some point was allowed to use the boys' restroom at his school, but not everyone was on board with this, so eventually he was not allowed to use the boys' restroom anymore. So Gavin sued the school board for not allowing him to use it. This has now turned into a pretty big case, and hopefully something does get done. I think he should be able to use the boys' restroom. He is male, and that's who he is. This school, or this should not be a case. Hopefully something gets done. I really hope so. And on to my last story for you guys. Recently, there was a lot of buzz going on about the sighting of a UFO. People were starting to believe that the International Space Station had captured a UFO on its cameras. There is footage of what people believe might have been a UFO. At some point, as the object gets closer and you can see it more, it stops moving and the cameras do cut off. Some people believe that the cutoff was done on purpose to hide the fact that aliens do exist, but NASA has spoken about this whole thing and is saying that they did not cut off the footage on purpose and that the object actually could have just been a meteor. So, as for aliens, that might not have been the case, but who knows, right? You never know. So, this is the end for this segment. I still have more news for you guys, so don't go away. We are going to take a short break, and I will be back in just a bit after this message. Hey everyone, just want to remind you guys that you guys are listening to Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo is made available to everyone by 12 a.m. or 6 a.m. every Friday, and you can find my podcast on my website, which is diegosantoyo.com. My podcast is also available on iTunes, so go subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, we are back from that short break. Let's get into some more news. Just this time, let's cover some pop culture. So let's start this segment off with Lamar Odom. Apparently, Lamar had plans Monday night to go to New York City, but that didn't end up happening at all. He had booked a first-class red-eye flight for the big city through Delta Airlines. Although he managed to arrive on time to LAX to catch his flight, he didn't quite manage to keep himself on the flight for long before the plane took off. I guess before boarding the plane, Lamar decided to hit up a lounge at LAX to have some drinks. He didn't have water or soda, that's for sure. He had plenty of alcohol, and he consumed enough to get drunk. And I mean really wasted. So this then led to him boarding the plane, but throwing up in it. He didn't throw up once, but twice. So I guess he wasn't being so classy in first class, pretty much. It was pretty messy because he had some of his throw up on his clothes, and the first time he threw up, it was in the area that he was sitting in. Then I think the second time he actually made it to the restroom. So his mess was cleaned up, but Lamar was kicked off the flight because of his condition that he was in. He actually got removed twice because I guess when he was first kicked off, he ended up somehow getting back in the plane, so they had to remove him twice. Um, Now, he was not belligerent or anything like that. He was simply drunk, and that was it. You know, um, lately he hasn't been on the most amazing path, but hopefully he finds his way into getting better. Everyone deserves to be just fine and happy. Maybe right now he might not be making the best choices because getting wasted before taking his flight was probably not a good idea. But time heals, and hopefully he will get himself on a better path later on. I'm sure he will because it's possible. So hopefully he will. Okay, so for all you 50 Shades of Grey lovers, this news will be mainly for you guys. 50 Shades Darker, which is the next film to be released, has actually or has recently finished filming. It wrapped up in Vancouver, and the film is scheduled to be released on February 10th, 2017. So you guys still have to wait some time until you can watch the movie because it won't be out until next year. But at least you guys know it's definitely coming to a theater near you. As for 50 Shades Freed, filming for that one is still underway, but not for long because filming for this one should be over very soon. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson were actually spotted this week shooting some scenes for it out at a beach in France. So they're definitely working on it. Jamie plays Christian Grey, and Dakota plays Anastasia Steele, which happen to be the two main characters in the trilogy. 50 Shades Freed is set to be released on February 9th, 2018. So still have some time to wait for this one as well, but it's coming, and if you are a real fan of the trilogy, I'm sure you'll enjoy these next two films. They will be here before you know it, and they will be because time passes by really, really fast, you guys. So this week on Wednesday, July 13th, marked the third anniversary of Corey Monteith's death. As some of you guys might know, he was best known for his role as Finn Hudson on the very popular show Glee. He passed away on July 13th, 2013 in Vancouver, so it's been 3 years now. It's crazy how time passes by. He was only 31 at the time of his death, and he is still very much remembered and missed. Quite a few of his fellow Glee co-stars did pay tribute to the great actor, and it was mainly done through social media. Here's what some of them had to say. So Naya Rivera Dorsey had tweeted, "Always missed and never forgotten, hashtag 3 years without Corey." Matthew Morrison had tweeted, "The minutes become days and the days become years, but you always remain so close. I miss you, brother." He also included a nice picture of the two together with the tweet. And Leah Michelle, who was Corey's girlfriend at the time before he passed away, posted something on Instagram. She posted a nice picture, and the caption said, "We may not have gotten to share a lifetime together, but the memories, they're the best of my life. Love you, Corey." So there were a lot of nice things said, and it was really neat seeing all these great posts. Let's take a moment to talk about Victoria Beckham. She was recently being talked about, and some of the talk was not nice. So a few days ago, she posted a picture on of her and her daughter together on Instagram. It had a caption that said, "Happy birthday, baby girl. We all love you so much. Kisses from mommy." So her daughter Harper just turned 5 on July 10th. The post has recently gotten a lot of attention. Now, in the picture Victoria posted, she is simply giving her daughter a kiss on the mouth. It's honestly such an innocent picture, and there is nothing wrong with her doing this. But there are people out there that think this is wrong, which I disagree with 100%. She got a lot of comments with people pretty much just stating that it is wrong to kiss your children on the mouth, and in many ways, people have sexualized it. So she has had some people step in and say that there's nothing wrong with the kiss and how it shouldn't be sexualized. Honestly, it's just a simple kiss. I'm sorry, it's just a simple kiss that she is giving her daughter. People need to get over it and quit turning it into something that it's not. So it's a nice picture, and if you check it out, I'm sure you won't miss the discussion going on about it in the comments section. All right. So there is a huge game out at the moment that is trending. It seems like everyone is playing this game. I'm sure by now you guys have heard about it, and the game is called Pokemon Go. The game was just released this month. It hasn't been out for long, and it's already become this big deal everywhere. So the game is free and has over 8,000 reviews already. The majority of the reviews are great. So I guess the purpose of the game is for you to catch Pokemon. For this game, you actually need to step outside of your home and walk around in order for you to find Pokemon and capture them. So it's kind of like a virtual game. Your GPS and camera on your device is used in order for you to play this game. And it seems like a pretty cool game. I haven't played it yet, but I kind of want to. Mm, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. I think it's neat though that this game has actually gotten people to get up and walk around. So I have witnessed so many people playing the game. If you play the game, try to not get so distracted. Pay attention to your surroundings because I believe someone did crash their car recently into a tree while playing the game. So if you're interested in Pokemon Go, go check it out. You might just like it. Well, everyone, this podcast episode has come to its end. Once again, I've enjoyed doing another episode. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast on iTunes. Make sure you all try to be happy and be nice to everyone. More news to come next Friday. You'll get it all exclusively here. Have a good one, you guys. And remember, I am your host, Diego Santoyo.